Hello and welcome, everybody. This is the Formula One Azerbaijan Grand Prix practice session number 3. The more important practice session of all practice sessions, of course, because the qualifying will follow this. The all-important qualifying in this brilliant track on the Caspian Sea. It's got a fast straightaways, a lot of them. And recently in the headlines, we've had Sergio Perez has dominated those headlines last week, not just covering his Monaco Grand Prix win, but subsequently his contract extension, keeping him at Red Bull racing until 2024. But while those news is fantastic for the Mexicano fans, it's effectively a door slamming shut for the AlphaTauri's top man, Mr. Pierre Gasly. His dreams of a Red Bull racing return may very well be trashed, as the energy drinks brand was well aware of the knockoff effects of Checo's re-signing, and the motorsports consultant of Mr. Dr. Helmut Marko speaking back in April about Gasly's Red Bull contract, which closes at the end of 2023 season. It's already clear that if his contract expires, that they can't offer him a chance to move up into the top tier team, and sadly, they may very well lose his chances of the Red Bull drive. It's a shame because Gasly, who was being reborn at AlphaTauri since he dropped from the top squad in just 12 races into 2019, with constant points and impressive highlights, including his maiden podium in Brazil in 2019, after he outdragged Mr. Sir Lewis Hamilton, and in the line, of course, the brilliant win in Monza in 2020, where he proved that the pressure and no longer the weakness, holding back, of course, Mr. Carlos Sainz to win the race. Well, where could Gasly go in 2024 as the AlphaTauri driver in 2023 proves a key insight with seats open at Alfa Romeo. We've got Haas, Williams, Aston Martin. The rumors will continue that Mick Schumacher may very well replace Sebastian Vettel. We're not quite sure about that one as well. Well, that's we may be a little bit early into the crazy season of driver market. Who knows? But everybody, welcome along, of course. It's the final practice session before the qualifying here in our lovely racing statistics watch along. And I really love having you guys out there being a part of it, because I know you guys are really into the stats. You're really into Formula One, and you provide us with a ton of brilliant entertainment and knowledge as well. That's what we like. Who knows what's going to go on? We have predictions out there, of course, who will be in the pole position of Baku, so you can put your votes in. All you have is a little bit of bragging rights. If you get it right or wrong, it's not like a casino. You're not gambling anything. It's all just fun. Yesterday, when we did the practice session 1 and 2, it was on top of it was Perez for the prediction, just a little bit ahead of Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and Carlos Sainz. So, but it's all reset. We can go again. And we, as in myself, Biggles, and g'day out there, everybody, welcome along. Good morning, wherever you are. Good evening. As well as Mr. Ferral, who should be in here with me this evening on top of it, as we were yesterday, my friend. Hello. Are you there?
Yes, of course, I'm here. Interestingly, currently, our prediction says that 43% think that Leclerc takes pole in front of Perez.
They switched it around. Interesting.
Yeah.
So Ferrari now on top of it. All right. Okay. Hey.
Exactly.
The people vote, my friend, and we're just the mediators.
So yeah, and the God, I have. I'm so sorry.
I thought you were hydrating. Come on. He does not get the drink.
I thought so too. Well, we just got the notification that the start of the session was delayed due to the accident. Yeah, you told me. And FP2.
I'm sorry, guys out there. We were watching the F2, and I said that too. I said very much to this. I said, I'm pretty sure that the Formula One practice session will be delayed because of the barrier being slight. And you're like, no, it'll be right.
Yeah, I thought they would get that done in half an hour, but apparently
you owe me an apology. No, actually, you just say, just tell me I was right. Just tell me I was right.
Oh, great, Mr. Biggles. I am so sorry. I hope you can find it in the endless generosity of your heart to forgive me this foolish mistake I have
Are you
made.
on your knees? Are you really sincere about this?
No, I am actually laying on my couch, enjoying
Do you hear this, guys? Do you hear this?
all of my screens.
I put millions of hours into casting virtual Formula One races. I can predict this stuff, even in the real world. And this is the apology I get. He's on his back. No, it's okay, mate. It's all fun games, of course.
Yeah.
But hey, just never doubt me. That's all I'm saying. Never doubt me. And if you guys out there, if I make a mistake, you hit me up immediately. I'm totally cool with that.
As I didn't doubt you when you were talking about turn 12, right? While we meant
Absolutely.
turn
I
15.
made no mistakes whatsoever on turn 12. Apologies once again yesterday. It was turn 15. We realized that about what, second practice session in? Well,
Yeah,
me,
not 2 minutes
not
in.
you.
I realized it was turn 15 pretty much from the beginning, but yeah.
I'm human. I make a mistake. You know what?
Yeah, no, I
Subtract
fell
3. It's
for it.
fine. Add 3. And I'm adding 3 minutes to the pre-practice session being delayed because of that barrier that I calculated was going to delay it. So yes, of course. Hey, that's it. How about we balance that out evenly now?
Yeah,
We're
it's
square.
okay. We're square. We're square.
All right. I hope you guys are square out there. Welcome
So yeah,
along once
but
again.
what do you think? AlphaTauri has been looking quite confident yesterday, and they did grab a podium here last year. So what do you think?
Well,
Are
I'm
they
not.
are they
I
a
mean,
team to
AlphaTauri.
watch
I
out now?
spoke about obviously Gasly is like, where does he go? That's the thing, isn't it? Because they're re-signing recently. It's kind of like you're sitting there in the iffy moment. He is obviously driving for a Red Bull team represented by Helmut Marko. He doesn't know, you guys out there, what is his chances to do. But however, I got some news from the Planet F1, which is our feed, of course, here for racing statistics. Magnussen, you know, your Red Bull guy, Red Bull Haas guys, he's been complaining recently and of the recent practice sessions as well, too, of suffering from nerve pain and the result of porpoising. This is not the first time this has been mentioned. Other drivers, including George Russell and stuff, and Lewis Hamilton, have been saying, look, this is going to take a lot of toll on our bodies deeper in as we go into the season. They're starting to feel pain. These guys are physically fit. You've seen the training they do. Neck training, back training, lift training. It's a lot. These guys are, you know, they have their own training engineers. They do a lot of effort and work because they're the best in the world. They're complaining now about pains. Well, how will that toll out later into the season?
Yeah. Oh, there we get some live footage of them replacing the barriers, even with like the whole sponsor stickers and everything is gonna make a new. So if I look at this, I guess it's gonna take a few more minutes at least.
Yeah, and
they
I mean, talking about the health issues, I mean, Lewis Hamilton was saying, you know, he was done with his teeth and jaws. He was like, he was complaining about it. They have to wear mouth guards now, I think, because his teeth are grinding and moving all the time. And Carlos Sainz voices concern of long-term health effects on the drivers. What do you guys think about that? I mean, we've seen this porpoising effect really kind of bad on that main straight now. Now, yes, people say, yeah, they're paid professionals. This is their job to do, of course. But these drivers are now saying, hey, we didn't have this a couple of years ago. We're now having it now. And we're having teeth issues, jaw issues, nerve issues, back issues, all sorts of issues that they never felt before. Trained athlete professionals saying we're having problems. That's going to be a little bit of a question that Formula One's going to have for a few more races to come before something may very well be negotiated perhaps with the teams. There's a lot of stuff going on in F1 right now. We don't know. It's a new era.
I don't know. Like with the long-term health issue stuff and things, I think that is a bit overdramatic. But I can understand that the drivers just don't want to put up with this any longer, just basically being forcefully shaken around by their car. I can
I'm
totally
going to take
understand.
you in a double-seater. I'm going to get one of these drivers to take you in a double-seater around a lap for a little bit, and you're going to be like going, it's pain. It's like, it's not the Top Gun Maverick movie. It could be
Yeah, I
actually,
mean,
but upside
I'm
down.
not saying that it is completely comfortable, and massage chairs are vibrating too. So why should it be a problem if an F1 seat is vibrating? That is absolutely not the point I'm making. What I'm saying is that I think the whole science thing with long-term health issues, that seems a bit overdramatic.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, it probably is. But at the moment, drivers are still complaining about some pains. Yes, guys out there, why are they saying it's delayed? It's delayed because of a crash into the barrier. I did expect it. I probably will expect it during maybe free practice 3 or qualifying session. And that was a sprint race, of course, for the F2 earlier. Great race, but somebody did have a bit of a tank slapper in the barrier. They had to fix the tech pack barrier, just like you saw in Monaco and other races before, because safety has to come first. If they don't have those barriers in the correct position, then somebody crashes into it. There's a whole legal issue, and the FIA is in big, big trouble. So they want to make sure it's safe. They'll delay the practice session a little bit to do that.
Yeah,
However, nobody went into that notorious turn 15 that we saw during the practice sessions earlier yesterday.
yeah. But it also the barrier has been smoothened out, so it doesn't stick as
Oh, it
much
did?
into the track anymore. Yes,
Ah.
you can go further offline there now without touching the barrier. So they have made their slight adjustments there. But what's
Did you get
interesting,
it there with a measuring tape and measure it? I saw you walking around the track earlier.
yeah, I have been absolutely measuring it. You might have seen the line that I spray painted to the floor yesterday to see
Yeah,
where the barrier was, and now you can see
it's
that line
true.
basically going through the track.
It
So
was like Ferral was here,
um,
2022.
exactly, exactly, yes,
Good job. Yeah, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. And the crash was the F2, not F1. That was
yeah.
the
But it
earlier
seems it
sprint
seems the
race.
F2 crash has
It
been
wasn't a serious crash. It was just it was a bit of a pile up on the very much last lap because they had a safety car before that. So it was definitely spicy in that one, guys. If you get a chance to watch it back, watch it back. It'll be highlights, of course, on YouTube and stuff.
yeah. The thing is, there is the cleaning truck is out there. So do you
Oh
think
yeah,
they
it's
might have?
automatic. Sorry guys, you can't see it. But it's automatic. It's got a little thing going. It's like one of those little
Yeah,
robot things.
quite fun. But the thing is, I think I see some oil spills there.
Oh, true. Now, did you get the
Yeah.
clarification if you guys were tuning in yesterday? I hope if you weren't, doesn't matter. During the free practice 1 and 2, we did have the early retirement from Nicholas Latifi. Now, and sorry, the Haas driver of
Mick Schumacher.
Schumacher. Yeah. Now, what was the term of that? The liquid that was coming out of the car. Did you find out?
Yeah, water pressure issues. They had a
Ah.
leak somewhere. But
So
also,
yep.
yeah, we just got the information. The session will start in about 10 minutes.
All right. So now we've got trivia, guys. We have to fill in the gaps. I want to hear you guys' knowledge of the Formula One. Now, here we go. I've got one for you. A bit of a walking, not really a walking Wikipedia. Okay, who's going to be the bragging rights in chat? Who was the driver that survived a plane crash a day before a race? Now, unfortunately, there was there was 4 passengers in the plane. 2 of them unfortunately passed away, the pilot and the co-pilot. The driver and his girlfriend, or maybe it was actually his girlfriend and his manager survived. And there it is, done. You got it, Max. David Coulthard. Wow, you guys are quick.
Yeah.
Absolutely quick. What year? And he got a podium, by the way, too, on that race, which is certainly emotional because, you lost close friends. It's amazing these drivers go through, isn't it?
Yeah.
2001. Man, I'll tell you what, these guys
Really?
are sharp. You guys are sharp.
I would think it was
You're quicker than Wikipedia.
I think it was the 2000 Spanish Grand Prix, though, where they had a 1-2
somebody's saying
finish.
2000. You might be right on that one. 2001, 2000. What
It
do you
was
reckon, guys?
Coulthard's 1-2 finish for McLaren in the 2000 Spanish Grand Prix.
Very emotional podium, of course, knowing that just a day. By the way, did he have confirmed this or not? I think he was scanned with a broken rib or something like that after that race too. He raced with a broken rib. I'm not, I'm once again just verifying. I'm not 100% sure. You guys can check that. We're filling the gaps because we're waiting for qualifying. It's been delayed. But yeah, these guys are sharp out there, mate. I'll tell you what, they'll catch us, won't they? If we make any mistakes, they're right on top of us.
Yeah.
He did have a broken rib. All right. Yeah, man, what a drive.
Yeah.
What driver lost an arm in a helicopter crash? Ooh, interesting, buddy. I did not know that one. I mean, granted, we can, yeah, you already asked the question, but we will try to keep it less morbid eventually. Let's not talk about drivers' injuries over time, but I'm still curious about that one.
Yeah,
safety car's out. That's the beautiful Aston Martin car. Now, thumbs up. This is another one. This would actually be a good toll out there for you guys, if that could be presented. Which safety car do you like the most, the Mercedes or the Alpha Aston Martin? There you go. That's
definitely.
I want a poll on that one.
Yeah.
If somebody's going to offer that to park in your garage, which one would you want?
Definitely the Aston Martin. Like, or maybe which one I want.
No, that should be a poll, but yeah, it should be a vote because it's all over the place.
Which one I would want in my garage? Probably the Mercedes, because I could sell the Mercedes one.
Wait, you just said Aston Martin. You can't be flipping right now, man. Which one are you going to have? You can't split the car in half.
No. Look, if I would get the Mercedes, I could sell that and buy myself 2 Aston Martin safety cars.
No, it's not a sell. This is which one you want to park in your garage. Which one do you want to take down to the grocery market to get shopping? Come on.
That would be the Aston Martin, yes.
You have to vote, my friend, because yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. This is what you love about racing statistics. It's on the money. We're just filling time, of course, because we're delayed a little bit in qualifying.
Yeah, not much. Only about 5 more minutes until the session will start. We are seeing Carlos Sainz getting ready at the moment.
And by the way, did you guys catch that livery, of course, there from
Valtteri
Bottas?
The beautiful green livery of Valtteri Bottas.
It was only his car? Or was his teammate also sporting the other livery?
No. It is his car we've seen. For some reason, Joe is not really getting any screen times.
I haven't seen him exactly for practice. I didn't see it. You guys out there would know.
Yeah, I mean, he snuck up into third on the timing table or something at one point, and yet still we didn't really see anything of him.
Yeah, they like Valtteri, of course, because it's cool. Well, the polls are showing a little bit more towards the Merc, mate. 62% to the Aston Martin of 38%. Well, there's no right or wrong answer, by the way, on that one. To whatever car you want in your garage.
Yeah, well, for me, it is an aesthetic preference, as the Mercedes would most likely have the better performance, is a more expensive car, might even be more comfortable to drive, as Mercedes generally gives a lot about.
You reckon it has more porpoising or not? Because it's a porpoising effect inside the drivers.
Not in the safety car.
Yeah,
not in the safety car.
Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. We will get underway at the moment. It's just because Ferral's, he's not ready. So he's told the FIA, just hold on a minute while we get it all sorted out.
I'm just a little bit clogged up my voice, so I'm trying to get that free. And I gave a call to the FIA.
Make sure you let FIA know, mate. Race control. So when you're ready to go, we'll
I know it's getting better. It's getting better.
We got electricity this time, so don't worry about the Monaco repeat.
Yeah, no rain, so the whole starting
delay time is frozen. They're so sharp in the Twitch chat, mate. They're right on top of this. I love it. You guys give the biggles to the giggles. I love it.
Yeah.
Imagine a Fiat map. What about a Datsun or a V-Dub? One of those old V-Dub Beetles would be a pretty cool safety car, wouldn't it? I mean, can you imagine the drivers going, can the safety car speed up a little bit, please? Didn't we see that we saw the safety car in the F2, right? And it is the same safety car drivers that drive in the F1.
Yeah, well, if I can say this, I have built a VW Beetle at the garage once. We basically installed a V12 engine in that, so I think that would actually make for a good safety car.
There you go.
So
maybe I'll approach the F1 after this. We'll have a chat to them again. Instead, guys were asking why it's delayed once again. It's because there was an incident on the penultimate lap for the F2. One of the cars have a semi-heavy impact into the barrier on turn 1. Driver's perfectly fine. Walked away from it, but the barrier needed a little bit of repair.
Yeah, the barrier
because it was very late.
It's
delayed the free practice a little bit. And of course, safety first when it comes to Formula One. So we'll be getting underway in a minute.
Yeah, we had just a heavily injured barrier there. Aside from that, it's all fine. There's still
heavily injured barrier. Oh, yeah, it makes it sound like the barrier. The barrier is under medical checkup at the moment. Hospital. I have to fly it back.
Exactly.
On the helicopter, put it back in place, make sure the G impact enforcers were there, and the barrier, thankfully, is also okay. The driver, we're not sure, but the barrier is good.
Yeah, the barrier is fine.
I'm only messing, of course. The driver's fine. Session will start at 15:15 local time, guys, and the poll is already done and dusted. So it seemed to me like everybody prefers the Mercedes over the Aston Martin.
Yeah, seems like it.
Well, the poll's up now. Which team will win the most points in Azerbaijan? That's a very good one. Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes, or other team? Right in chat, the other team. Yeah. Well, we know that my caster with me is a total Haas driver.
Alfa Romeo won too.
Oh no, you a Haas supporter. You can't just switch into Alfa Romeo. You said Haas won too.
I'm Swiss. They're a Swiss team. And if Haas doesn't get their one too, I wanted to go to Alfa Romeo. So
this is one chance you get. You don't get second, third, fourth shots. This is not a horse race like predictions. Yeah, come on, guys. Everybody else, we all only get one shot out there. Alfa Romeo P1 and P2, Mr. Jenny says. All right, so you got a little bit of a sport there. Mercedes will join the races along with Ford. Ford versus Ferrari. Wow. In that movie. Unfortunately, you won't see it on the grid just yet. Maybe Audi and the other train. My prediction is Max Verstappen for a qualifying pole. Yes. Race, I haven't even thought about that just yet. But
I don't know. I think Red Bull is here with very good chances, but I think this is a Paris track. Like, he has been shining here back with Racing Point. So he's been winning here last time out. Well, it was to the tire blowout of Max Verstappen, but yeah.
That's why I'm saying it's redemption. Because he's going to be like, this is one he hasn't won. This is one he has not won. And you know what it's like when you're driving and you haven't won it. And this is the world champion, of course. He has an edge, obviously, on Lewis Hamilton. He has perhaps a little bit of an edge there on Charles Leclerc. Who knows? Perez is coming off a win, so Perez is going to be fired up. He's got the Mexicano fan club behind him.
I mean,
contract extension to boost him as well. Remember, contract extension just recently signed.
Yeah, so but he signed it. Good. He signed it before Monaco. That was a stupid decision of him. I mean, he could have gotten double the pay if he signed that after Monaco.
I don't worry about too much about pay, mate. You're in Formula One. That's it. You're the best 20 drivers on the planet. I'll take that any day of the week. You can pay me $1 and I'll be happy to be in the car. you get a lot of money anyway, celebrity fame, fortune. You can sit there and be on local television in Mexico and
all right, we're green
and Stroll we are green, guys. It's it. So they've officially declared that the pit lane's open.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for tuning in, guys, and keep us updated with all the information that's going on. Just please remember that some things are a little bit delayed, so try not to spoil it too much for everybody else out there. Lance Stroll's one of the first ones out there, so the Aston Martin is probably the green safety car that people like me would like to have.
Yeah.
But you guys particularly
so Schumacher getting out on track. And there we see Vettel leave. So, yeah.
Man, they're quick out there. Gogo's got exactly what I was saying yesterday. That Valtteri Bottas and the Williams recorded 378 as a top speed. Man, do you guys pay attention? Don't you? You got all the stats. Exactly what I said yesterday. Unofficial practice session. However, it is officially per se the top speed. 378. Wow. I mean, you'll miss your braking points at that speed. Well, okay. Now, my question to you, my friend. We saw that if you guys were tuning into the practice session 1 and 2, the notorious turn 15 did not catch the F2 drivers off so much. However, they were obviously a little bit slower. Do you think this evening, any of you guys out there think somebody's going to have a bit of a tank slapper, a wheel slapper to turn 15, one that they were having issues? You did tell me, didn't you, mate, that they've moved the barrier back a little bit? You mentioned
exactly.
Do you think it's still going to continue? Do you think they have to push track limits, right? The more you can exit out, the quicker you'll get.
I think it might happen. But also, as we see a nice little drone shot off turn 1, there is still it is still looking as if there is some oil at the exit of that turn 1 there. So
yeah, that caught us off in the F2, didn't it? That drone went over and cast a shadow on there, and both of us were actually saying, "Is that a front wing missing or something?" Yeah, that was surprising. There was a drone that was flying in the F2 race, guys. And we
no, it is that wire pulled camera.
Oh, was it the wire one? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
They had that in Monza and stuff like that as well. Okay. Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah,
trust me, mate. If we miss up, we make a mistake. I guarantee you, the fantastic people in the chat are going to pick that up in a heartbeat, man. These guys know Formula One.
I sure do hope so. As
By the way, we just testing you guys to make sure you are paying attention.
Yes,
you know exactly what's going on.
We are perfect beings and know everything about everyone here. So we don't do mistakes. We're just testing you.
No, we love you guys.
Yeah, but have you seen that earlier? Ricciardo is not really suited up yet. So seems
he was smiling, buddy. I mean, when does Daniel Ricciardo not smile? Daniel Ricciardo could lose a race, and the only time I've ever seen Daniel Ricciardo not smile was when he lost the race in Monte Carlo because of the team in Red Bull. That was the only time in that man not smile. Otherwise, he's Australian, man. We're all having fun. Another barbecue around the track. Schumacher's out early. That's good to see because remember Schumacher missed the free practice 1, but Schumacher put in some pretty good, impressive times in free practice 2. Now out there for the Haas team in free practice 3. They'll keep you happy, of course. Going for the castle section right now. By the way, guys, qualifying later, we may have a surprise guest for you guys, a surprise celebrity. But I think we'll keep that secret for now, right?
Yeah, we will keep that secret until qualifying starts. But, you see there in that slow motion, there's.
Is that the turn 15 barrier or not? Sorry, I mean,
no, that was turn 1 slow motion. We have just seen where there's still some oil on the floor, as it seems.
Oh. Well, they usually put sand down or something like that, right, to try to absorb the oil, because oil is not you guys out there know if you've a mess of oil, it's not an easy thing to try to clean up.
Yeah.
Perez is out of the cockpit right now, talking to Christian Horner about who's your favorite Spice Girl, as they're all smiling. That's what I'm seeing anyway on the cameras, and Christian Horner, of course, is like, of course, it's not Ginger Spice.
Probably. So that's a good question.
Yeah, Kevin Magnussen. Both Hasses are out.
Spice Girl.
I can't repeat that on air, otherwise Christian Horner will be mad at me.
All right, yeah.
Toto Wolff will be happy. But yeah, anyway. Aston Martin's out. We have a couple of both the Hasses out there getting they're going straight back in the pits immediately. So that's just what do you explain to everybody out there what happens when they just do one little like in lap and it's an out lap back in again on the tires? Is that worrying a lap or so on those tires for race conditions?
Not really. Probably they will just be making some training for the pit crew there, trying to get pit delta times.
And I don't know, mate. But I believe they do a lap or so on the tires to just because new tires have that shiny surface on them, so they don't really have the absolute traction on them. And of course, they can't run them in the background on wheels and dynamos and stuff. So they put like a half a lap or something in them, cool it down, and then go back in the pit lane, put it in blankets, and use it for the race. That's what I believe they do, but I'm not 100% sure. We have masterminds and engineers out here in the chat that probably could verify that or not.
Yeah, I wouldn't know actually. It sounds pretty logical. Also we like this free practice 3, there doesn't seem to be too much happening, as we have only seen the Aston Martins, Haas, and Mercedes drivers going out of the pits so far. And looking at the timings, it doesn't really look
don't
like...
say Leclerc's going to do the I am again. Come on, Bob. Why would you do that to Charles Leclerc? It's mean. He can't do it again. No way.
I don't think he will do it again. He's not one to repeat his mistakes.
No. And we'd like to see Ferrari up the top of timesheets again. Sebastian Vettel's out now. This has been a bit of a talk in the paddock as well, too, as Sebastian Vettel. What will he do if he doesn't get a contract renewal? Not confirmed for Aston Martin. Will he continue? I mean, he's more of a family man right now, and Sebastian is also having fun in Formula One. And he's done that banker lap again, my friend. He's gone out, done a little bit of a lap, pacey conditions, gone straight back in the pit lane.
Yeah, but the thing is, before we have seen that he was going into the pit lane and he got a pit stop wheel change outside of the garage.
Yeah, they're doing it right now, actually. And the track map's unfortunately not working at the moment just yet, guys. We'll try to get that sorted out for you. It does work or not work. Free practice sessions are a little bit more difficult when it comes to the driver tracker on the track map, you can see. So it'll work, it may not work. It works in qualifying, it works in the race. Don't worry too much about that. But we'll try to give you the information. You can also see, obviously, on the live timing to the left-hand side, all the drivers. You'll see if it's purple, you'll see if it's green, you'll see if it's yellow, or white. I think it's white, not yellow. Give you an indication of the times. So you can see that 2:17 right now from Stroll. That's just a, absolute run-around lap. I mean, I could probably do that in the pace car. So they're just getting some heat into the tires, coming back in the pit lane.
Yeah, and it also seems like our viewers are putting a lot of faith into Red Bull here to be the team going home with the most points.
That's a little early, I think, for a prediction. We're this is a 22 race season. We're in race 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Number 8.
We got a bit to go, and I'm right. We got a bit to go.
It's the 8th of the season.
That's an early prediction, but you know what? It's worth a shot. If you're gonna predict it right now, guys, I'll tell you what. Do this. This would be fun. I've done this for my friends. I had everybody predict at the start of the season, lock it in, what constructors are going to come from P1 to P10. You guys can do it right now. You can put your predictions in P1 to P10, take a screenshot of it, and keep it. And we'll throw that back towards the end of the season and see how you go. That'll be interesting. I'm not sure if there's any way we can actually record it, but for your own personal glory, if you get it right, you can, at the end of the season, you can say, look, guys, look, I got it right. I predicted it back in, obviously, June. Here we go. I got it.
Yeah.
I like that. You get a second chance here. You've what? 8 races in? Yeah. It'll be worth it. Few drivers out on track, not a lot. And that's just the usual thing in free practice 3, isn't it? Like, track is green. Well, it shouldn't be that green because I had the F2 race earlier. Bit of rubber down on the track. No rain. And that's the forecast as well, too, guys, out there. Nice sunny conditions. Should really be on the beach other than driving Formula 1 cars, but I'll take it.
Yeah, so we got signs of Ferrari, meanwhile, out on the track, and the 2 Alfa Romeo as well. Doesn't really look like there's too much interest or pressure here for that session so far.
Yeah, it's really early days, mate. Like, just they're just getting out there and putting some laps down those tires. I'm curious to see overnight how much of the porpoising effect, and we're looking at the moment, of George Russell. His head's still bouncing around a little bit. We're internally watching the onboard cam. Doesn't look as bad as he goes through turn one. We didn't get an external view of that to see how much the car is bouncing. They've had, they're best in the business around the world. They're crunching numbers overnight, making little adjustments to the car for the final time after the practice session here before qualifying. That's it. Lock it in. Parc ferme. No more changes. Only minute changes, of course, wing changes and things like that, but no major.
Yeah, but you can also hear like the floorboard basically bouncing off the ground, which is also almost a better indicator for some porpoising issues.
Heavy fuel, but I would say if you're sparking like crazy like that, that could be heavy fuel.
Yeah, but Russell is really pushing the car here.
He's going through the castle section right now, guys. We'll see how he handles it. He has a purple at the moment, but then again, those times are not definitely representative of.
Yeah, it's only 10 minutes, and none of the other really good front-running teams has been out. While Leclerc and Tsunoda has been taken to the track now as well.
You see the times at the moment? It's 2:17. Now, give you guys an indication. The poll from Vips yesterday for the F2, I'll get it right, was a 152.7, and that's F2. So they're way off the pace, but this is where George Russell right now is going to smash that time. Mate, give us the first indications to 47.
Yeah, probably around that.
What do you mean, probably, my friend? It's on the money. I said 147.2.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on the top speeds because that was the key yesterday. Now, remember that the Alpines had super top speed.
Yeah, but they lost a lot in the corners as well.
Carlos Sainz says, whatever you can do, Mr. George Russell, I can do better. Purple sector 1. These times are going to be smashed. Now, do you guys remember yesterday, if you guys done any research out there, what was the quickest time so far this weekend in Baku? If free practice 2 was quicker than free practice 1. Anybody out there got the overall quickest time that was set? Just to remind everybody, please. That'll be the benchmark for free practice 3. And it'll get really low towards the end of free practice 3 because that'll be the last ditch effort they'll do before the qualifying session. 1:31. There you go.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. No, not 1:45, mate. Sorry, Jose. I don't think it's a 1:45. Oh, 1:45? I mean, it's 2 seconds off the pace already. There's no way. Hey, you might be right. Come on, guys. Help me out here. Mr. Saturday's on a flying lap. He's Mr. Sunday now. It was. That's Carlos Sainz it's a second quicker already.
Yeah, Sainz went into a 1:46. So yeah.
You could be right there, 1:43.2, guys. Somebody give me the correct number of the quickest on the weekend so far, please. For everybody. It's for you guys, not just for us. And actually, it is for us because I have no idea. But that's why I want you guys to do it. Charles Leclerc's sake. All right, mate. This is Mr. Monaco here. And he's flying through the first sector. Charles Leclerc, purple sector 1, purple sector 2. This is going to be, I would have to say, half a second quicker than his teammate already. It's 1.1 second quicker.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's sector 2. Okay, now I'm going to revise it. I say 2 seconds quicker overall. 2 seconds quicker. He's got to be in a 1:44.
Yeah, I say low 1:44. Maybe high 1:43? Nah. Oof. The 1:45.
45. All right, okay, we're close. Yeah, he smashed a second or so off that. Are we getting the correct time? 140. Yeah, we go. Okay, 143. There it is. Thank you much, guys. 143.2 is confirmed out there yesterday for the quickest time all weekend so far. And there it is. We were up a little bit and change into this free practice. Lewis Hamilton goes a little bit deep into turn 1 on a replay. But at the moment, we have a 1:45, so you know that they got at least 2 seconds to shave off this free practice session before qualifying.
Yeah.
And they will get low fuel loads towards the end. They'll do their little practicing runs. That's the good thing about free practice 3. They do their qualifying runs right at the end. Low fuel, fresh softs, and just go for it to get an indication how they're going to pan out when it comes to the shootout for the third 3 parts of the qualifying session. Bottas is on track. Russell's on track. Bottas has been pretty quick. Pretty quick. So is Alonso.
Yeah, while Bottas and Hamilton have both seem pretty wide through turn 1. So yeah. And the Mercedes is definitely bouncing a lot.
Yeah, sparks everywhere bumping around. Yeah, there could be heavy fuel load. We don't know, Jose. That's the indication. We just do not know. And the times are pretty slow, so it could be an indication of a heavy fuel load run, especially when it's ground effect like that. We shall see as George Russell goes about 1/7 off P2 there off Charles Leclerc. And once again, if he was sparking a lot of ground effect, he could be running heavy fuel load. Let's get into the pit lane and talk to Toto. Toto, down to you, Toto. What was George Russell running for his fuel load? Toto was like, I do not know. I'm not talking to you about. No, we're going to talk about it anyway. We don't know. We're just messing with you guys.
Yeah, you should refrain from making impressions. That was terrible.
I know. I'm very bad at it. My apologies. Sorry, Toto, and sorry to everybody out there. Hear my horrible Toto impression. Hamilton now on a flyer. Let's see if he can get a little bit ahead of George Russell on his little 1.4 off the pace.
Not even close.
Yeah, once again, we don't know what they're running. It's not an indication. Fernando Alonso, let's have a look. There's a replay of Fernando Alonso. He might have locked up into turn 1. He has...
That's turn 2.
But kept it out of the fence. That's where the accident was before that delayed this race for the practice session because of the F2.
That was the penultimate accident of the Formula 2 race earlier that brought out the safety car.
You guys out there predicted Perez to perhaps win this weekend. Perez is on a flyer right now. So the Mexicano, he's got a recent signing, got a little bit of traffic. I think traffic might have got out of the way. He's definitely on a flyer. He's 2/10 down already. I think I don't know if he's going to commit to the lap or abandon it.
Yeah, no, I think he will commit to it to have the Red Bulls up there. I mean, currently the Perez and Verstappen have both not set a time yet, so he will keep the pedal to the metal, get through this, and probably
he's not bumped. He's not. His sparks coming out a little bit of Perez's car as he goes down the main straight. He set the fastest third sector. It's a 1:45.5 on his dial. So Perez goes up in the P2. Fastest third sector. So, yeah, he made a mistake. I saw that into second sector. Alonso is a man to look out for. He's been Mr. Qualifying. He's been Mr. Practice so far. That's for sure. Didn't Alonso? Oh, no, Ocon had the highest top speed so far.
Yeah, but I really think this is going to be the tactics of the Alpine in the race, that they are going to sacrifice a lot actually through the first 2 sectors, where they will have to defend from whatever's behind them, and then basically just catch them all off guard with their incredibly high top speeds.
He's 2.3 off this pace, so I don't think he's gonna commit to the lap, but it's nowhere near at the top of the time jets. But yeah, the overtaking opportunities, of course, down the main straight. DRS. 17 kilometers an hour, open the letterbox.
But if you look at the micro sectors now of Fernando Alonso here, it's basically he is going like yellow and green and everything in the first 2 sectors, as you would expect.
He got traffic, mate. I'm sorry, he got traffic. I saw that.
No, but
I don't think he lifted.
Sector 3, you get the first 2 mini sectors.
True.
Are green, and then he just goes purple. So everything that's on the
track pads working for you guys out there.
Purple.
So have a look at this. Russell's gone purple first sector. Carlos is out on track. Carlos is second sector. Traffic's out of the way, so it should be good. He's on the racing line. Carlos Sainz. He's up the road a little bit. He's 2/10 quicker. He's 3/10 quicker at the moment than Charles Leclerc. He's got the purple. We'll keep an eye on George Russell. This could be Mr. Saturday. Oh, George Russell right on the money. 7 thousandths of a second. Close enough. This will be interesting. I'm guarantee you at the end of this lap, it's going to either be Carlos or Russell on the top of the timesheets. Obviously, just primarily you have 39 minutes and change to go for the right. Carlos will definitely beat Leclerc, done. But will Lewis Hamilton, George Russell, just dethrone him a little bit, get a Merc up there, make Toto Wolff happy? No. That's no top speed then. Wow. Definitely no top speed down the back straight.
That's what I'm saying.
Sector. Yeah. You're right. He had the fastest first sector and got destroyed by the Ferraris second and third sector. Interesting. He had no traffic and he had no problems that I saw. So that's sheer pace. Wow, I didn't realize that the Ferraris really had that straight line speed. And the first sector as well, too. That's left. You can see it on the track map, guys. Look at the gold. That's a left, that's a left, that's a left, and a right, and that's pretty much it. That's your first sector. And that's he was quick as that.
Yeah, but I have a question for you. How comes that Verstappen hasn't put in a time yet? You think he has a technical issue or something?
I haven't seen anything from the pit lane, and Leclerc's coming out and responding to Carlos. Just probably reminding Carlos that he would be the number one driver. Norris is out there, but once again, McLarens are struggling big time here. Norris is putting in personal best scores. I don't think he's even been out. Yeah, who knows with Verstappen? Verstappen come out. Oh, Leclerc's 3/10 quicker. He's going to dethrone Carlos as long as he hooks up the third sector. You'll see on the track map right now where he is. He's porpoising like mad. If you can see you guys can't see it, but in the car, it is a roller coaster ride right now. It's like one of those 1960s roller coasters where it's just like it's cranky, it's old, but that'll be top 83 thousandths of a second. Tops his teammate, done. Even with the porpoising that still obviously have not dealt with too much there for the Ferraris.
Yeah.
And we'll see if Verstappen come out. I don't see anything from the garage. We saw that yesterday with that rear wing, but we know Verstappen. Perez has gone quicker. Here we go. You guys were kind of predicting Perez to win this race. Got the fastest middle sector. Here we go. Mexicano. Straight line speed will be the test here of the Red Bull because the fastest middle sector. I think Perez has got this. I think he's got it. He's got it. 144.4. 2/10. All right. The times are tumbling, guys. You did say in the chat that the fastest time on the weekend so far, and I'm scrolling back up, I think it was a 43.2. There it is. Yeah, thank you, guys. 43.2. Look at those times tumbling already. We still have 36 minutes of qualifying to go. Now, give me an indication. What do you guys think they'll do on free practice 3? Do you think they'll get to and do you think anybody can get the 42s for free practice? Not qualifying. We'll count qualifying as a different thing.
Don't think we'll see the 42s in free practice 3. As we see, for example, Tsunoda out currently on hards, so he is definitely doing a long run. So I don't think
Max is out, of course, but keep it up. Both of the AlphaTauris have gone out. Now, Gasly, once again, what I was speaking about at the top of the show, is a little bit worried about what are you going to do for your contract, because you can't go to Red Bull at the moment because they're the golden child of Max Verstappen, of course, world champion, and got Perez that's been signed for another season or so. So what's Gasly going to do? Gasly, and he's a race winner, and he's been really stepping up his game. He's got a McLaren up the road. We get a slipstream from him. Should be no problemo down the main straight. Get an indication of the AlphaTauri pace so far, at least in the free practice testing. Got massive tow, actually, from the McLaren, and Gasly goes up to P4. There it is. So that tow may very much paid off. Tire. Absolutely. Oh, wow. I didn't even realize that. Nothing gets past you. Hard tire. Max Verstappen's out there, guys. We know where everyone's asking, where's Max? Where's Max? Where's Max? Max at the fastest first sector.
He has been taken out to the track now.
I think he was just waiting for a little bit of a clear track there for Mr. Supermax time. 91 thousandths of a second.
For a little bit of rubber on the track.
Red Bulls are looking strong in this free practice session. I mean, you think they've been sandbagging a little bit first couple of sessions?
I don't think that. I think it's really just some setup tweaks that they're trying out now. As it is important to find the right balance between qualifying and the race pace later. So
he's looking good. He's looking good. Traffic moved out of his way too, so no excuse, Max. Sorry, there is no traffic in your way. I'm watching a little kid looking over his balcony going, Maxie! Of course, keeps it out of the barrier in turn 15. Another traffic not in the way. 2 cars, actually, even a Ferrari. Final couple of corners. It's Max times to shine. He was a little bit down in the sector too, but I think he can make it up here. We know what Max can do.
I think so
World
too.
champion. Let's see his top speed.
It looks like a low downforce setup. He's running.
I think this is going to be a 44.3. My predictions right now, as the rear wings open, not flexing as well as it was in free practice 1, it's going to be a 40. It was actually a little bit slower. Straight line speed. Maybe the traffic caught him off, even though they were off track.
No, however, I don't think we can put this over to traffic. I think he just doesn't have is running rather high downforce compared.
The rear wing was not flexing. We got a real bit of replay at the moment of Lewis Hamilton porpoising down the main straight, big time, with his head just bumping. I really feel for his drivers right now. That's got to be pain.
Not a good car for
does Lewis lock in? No, he's porpoising big time. We're just seeing a little bit of a replay right now, guys, of the video that I actually put up before the start of the season. McLaren as well too. It looks like Lando's actually having a little bit of a it's Friday, it's Saturday, it's Sunday, it's porpoising. Lando Norris, unfortunately, down the main straight. We all know. I love Lando when, during the quarantine, of course. Lando was the man that got out and got us everybody in the esports. Sainz has gone out there. So porpoising what? Fastest first sector.
The porpoising of McLaren doesn't look as bad. I really think that Ferrari and Mercedes are like the worst porpoising cars out there at the moment.
And you know what? I think that's Little Brick. I can't pronounce your name, but when you said Gasly to replace Ricciardo, I'm an Australian, mate. That hurts me, but I actually think if Ricciardo doesn't pick up his game soon, by the end of the season, that may very well be the situation. And why not?
Yeah, I think
honestly,
Norris and Gasly would make
why not give him a shot? I mean, Daniel Ricciardo will still be in F1. He'll just be to another team. And Daniel Ricciardo can drive any team. He's practically driven 4 or 5 teams already, so no problemo. Leclerc going fastest. Leclerc gone through, he's gone through the castle section, reminding himself that he's not stupid at all. He's actually a very clever man and a very smart man, handsome man, beautiful girlfriend, lives in Monte Carlo. I have a story about Charles Leclerc that could be a little bit Mormon if you want to know. A little bit of trivia out there for you because Charles Leclerc, his brother drives as well too, remember? In the junior divisions. But a little bit of trivia. He's going to get the fastest lap right now. I'll let him get the fastest lap, then I'll give you a bit of trivia. Charles Leclerc, come on, do it. Bang, this has got to be easy. Got to be a 43 here. It's a 43. He's got to be first in the 43s.
Nope.
Yes. Yes, it is. No. Yes, it is. A 43.5. Half a second. Now, a little bit of story about Charles Leclerc. And, obviously, father supported him in motorsports. The family supported motorsports, him and his brother. His father, unfortunately, passed away a little bit before Charles Leclerc got the message that he was going to be signed up for Formula One. But he apparently, this is what I had read and heard, he told his father on his practically deathbed that he got into Formula One so his father could rest peacefully. Even though it was a little bit of a, what do you call, a little bit of a lie. Not really, because he did get into it, but not at the time. I think that was admirable. Absolutely. You would imagine that, father put so much effort into on sick and on your deathbed, and then want to see your son succeed into the top of the motorsports. Formula One, and then
Biggles, can I ask you a question? Do you
Yes, sir.
do you have any trivia for us today that is not depressing?
Not morbid. Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. It's the second time I've done it. But only because Charles Leclerc, because I think that was great. But anyway, I'd like to see Charles Leclerc win a championship. But anyway, at the moment, stop at the time sheets. Yeah, let's get off the morbid trivia. Let's get something a little bit. What?
He's like, yeah, what driver has been in a plane crash? Yeah, what driver lost an arm with a helicopter crash?
I didn't say anything about the arm, but
all right, no, that was from chat. That was from chat. All right, can't hold you responsible for that.
Does Biggles not have now Biggles going to be associated with the Morbid trivia? Oh, sorry, guys.
Absolutely.
I'm a positive person, guys. I mean, because I'm more focusing on the positive aspects of the negative situations. But anyway, we're in practice 3 here. 43s. I did tell you they're going to crack the 43s. Now, I think was that quicker? Was that quicker than the pre-practice session yesterday? Is a 43 point? You guys posted it earlier. It's
43.2, I think.
2 or 3. Now, I'm going to scroll up at the moment and check through that. 43.3. Let's have a look. Man, there's a lot of guys. You guys chat a lot. Let's have a look. I know you guys out there are sharp and got it. I'm trying to look at the specifics. I don't think I can scroll up that much. You guys have to refresh, man. We need to write that down. It's definitely a 43, but I don't know the point after that. The punta. Verstappen back out on track now. This is Max time, isn't it? I think Max. This is Max's. It's one of those races that it's in his mind. Like he knew that tire blew up last year and spoiled his race. As a champion, and you've wrapped up a driver's champion. There's tracks out there that are the ones that eat you away. It's like, I haven't won it yet, and I want to win it. And he's going for the purple sector right now, 36 thousandths of a second. You know that Max wants this. Pole is very important in Baku.
Yeah, but he's out on a fast lap now too, as he is only putting in green and purple sectors so far.
He wants to set a statement, mate. It's a psychological game right now. He wants to tell everybody. You know those drivers that come out on the weekends and they dominate all the practice sessions, they dominate the qualifying, and they get pole? It's like you set a statement to everybody. This is my track. I own it, and I'm going to win it. I think Max is
a little slow through turn 15 there.
Yeah, keep it out of the barrier is the key, isn't it?
A little slow on the run up to turn 15, especially.
He's got sector 2 as well. This is max time, super max time. I guarantee, guys, it's a 43.4 on Max's dial, maybe a 43.3. I know he's going to set a statement, and this is early, 27 minutes. Well, 27 minutes remaining qualifying. The rear ring open. It's got to be a 43.3.
It isn't. 43.6.
Maxi! Oh, they're losing speed down that main straight then. Can you, have you got an idea of that top speed for me?
Well, he had on his last fast lap, he had a top speed of about 129.
What let him down? We kind of seen a replay. I actually seen a replay of a Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. Just not quite sure what the replay is doing. If he did hit the wall, no, just guess keeping us a little bit excited. I didn't see a replay of Max doing any mistakes, so yeah, Max looked pretty good. Slow on sector 3 exactly. Not quite sure. The top speed somewhere along the line. He kept. He was not close to that barrier in turn 15 that we've seen all weekend so far, or practice sessions. Nobody's been really tank slapping it so far.
Yeah, no, they all look quite secure.
So what's changed so much between yesterday and today? You guys out there know? I know you guys are full of technical information.
I think they're really just driving at a lower risk at the moment because, well, if you bin it now, there's a high risk of you not making qualifying. So I don't really think they are incredibly pushing right now. They're just
at the end of the session there will be. I guarantee that. It depends how much they're gonna. Yeah, race drivers, mate, they risk it that day anyway. Teams are like, bring the car home. We've got qualifying tomorrow. The drivers are like, what? I don't know about qualifying. Bang into the wall.
Yeah, I don't know. I am speed.
What do you guys think? Here's a little. We can do a poll. I mean, we do a poll for the qualifying, but we can do a poll for who do you think is going to be the top of the timesheets for pre-practice 3? because at the end of free practice 3 session, generally the teams start really light fuel and soft tires and just put a quick lap in because they don't have that much time during the qualifying session to really get an idea. At the moment, which team is going to win the most points in Azerbaijan would be Red Bull prediction, 51% over Ferrari, 34%, Mercedes, 10%. Oh, Toto's not happy. But it's kind of realistic, isn't it? And unfortunately, more of a question to it. Do you guys think McLaren are going to pick up any points? Because both Daniel and Lando are not having a very good performance around here in Baku. Yeah, there you go. There's the timing predictions there for the FP3. That's just for the FP3 session, of course, guys.
They will pick up points. I think Norris will pick up points at least.
Generally, safety cars are very much guaranteed around here, like Singapore. There's never been a race in Singapore without a safety car. So street circuits, I'd pretty much put a bet that there'll be a safety car around here, especially these days in Formula 1 where the safeties, like we saw it in the F2 races, they don't really mess around people's safety. Not many runoff areas. Yeah. Charles Leclerc, Verstappen, Perez, or Carlos will be your predictions for the top of the timesheets. Well, it had to be one of those drivers anyway. I don't think anybody else would really put a surprise out there for the free practice 3. If they did, then they would probably like make the other teams kind of like analyze their statistics and go, "What have they done? What are we doing wrong?" You wouldn't want to show that off. You would not want to show that off during free practice. You show that off during qualifying if you have something up your sleeve, if you have ace up your sleeve.
Yeah, the track is vastly empty at the moment. It's just Ricciardo getting some laps in there on a medium tire at the moment, as it looks like.
And this is another thing for you guys on the weekend. We've seen most of the drivers during the free practice 1, free practice 2, and now the free practice 3. Most drivers using the softs and mediums. Not many drivers using the hard tires. What are you guys also predicting out there for the pit stop strategies tomorrow? Because I definitely have to say the amount of soft running they've done, drivers are going to start with either start with soft tires or go to soft tires during the race. What do you think, mate?
I think we will definitely see a majority of soft and medium, but I'm not sure. I mean, there have been some testings today on free practice 3 by the AlphaTauri team on hard tires. Yesterday we have seen, let me think, McLaren, I guess, doing some runs on the hard tire. So I think teams are testing them. If they're forced into an early pit stop, we will see them bolt on a hard tire if they gotta have a front nose change in lap 1 or something. But I don't think we will see the tire if it isn't really necessary or forced, basically.
It looks like the hard tires around here, mate. I mean, I didn't see anybody in the top 10 on any hard tire performance during the practice sessions. So therefore, I would have to say, if you got a hard tire, you may be about half a second down on your lap times, which will be durable, of course. You can probably go do an Alex Albon and go all the way to the end of the race if you really want to, but that'll be preying on safety cars and strategy. And looking at the moment of the graphics, which is interesting, they're showing power units used. So 2 out of 5, I believe, from Verstappen. This is another thing that was being talked about recently in Formula 1, that with those recent crashes of Haas and Williams, that the teams are actually saying, look, with the budget restraints, we can't afford on the budget restraints to fix the car and have it on the grid in the last couple of races this season, which will be an interesting thing that's going to come up as a topic, because what's going to happen when you can't have 2 or 3 cars at the end of the season? That's not going to be looking good. Something's going to happen. We don't really have to worry about it too much. This is just an early topic, but that's going to be something a little bit later on down the track where the budget restrictions are going to hurt them, because, you know, Haas has obviously suffered a lot of crashes already this season. Nicholas Latifi and Williams have suffered a lot of crashes. Every one of those crashes costs millions of dollars. Millions of dollars are in their budget cap. They can't just go, hey, because we crashed, we get extra money. No.
Yeah.
The budget caps are budget caps.
Yeah, I have thought about that like the last year a lot when we had this very bitter fight between Verstappen and Hamilton, where basically Hamilton caused Verstappen to crash, Verstappen caused damage on Hamilton's car, and so on.
Mm.
We're really thinking about the budget cap that well, basically, I think that the team of the driver causing crashes should also pay a
Yeah,
fair
that was
amount
raised,
of
wasn't
the
it?
other
Because
team's car.
yeah, Christian Horner raised that last year, knowing that the budget cap restrictions are coming into 2022, and that was 2021.
Yeah.
And he was worried, saying, well, the other team should pay because they realized, hey, if there's crashes, and he's very well aware of his driver, Max Verstappen, but Verstappen crashing into Lewis Hamilton a lot during that
Mm.
previous season, going, well, what's going to happen if that happens during 2022? And then all of a sudden, we have no money left to fix cars. You guys are also asking about when it's qualifying, and the time's already been answered.
Yeah,
We have
qualifying
18
will
minutes left.
yeah, 18
But
minutes left into that session, and qualifying will start in 3 hours.
has Nick Latifi done something in the moment? Just have a look at the replay. He's had unfortunate at the start. Didn't get much of a run. There is that fantastic helmet cam they're kind of showing us on the stream right now, and Nicholas Latifi going at it. I don't even know how they spot their braking points, but yeah, they're the best drivers in the world. I didn't see anything too much. He must have a little bit brush against the wall, but he's okay. Still on timesheets, guys. Charles Leclerc, Verstappen, Perez, Carlos. So I think it's definitely going to be a Ferrari battle it out for the front row for sure.
Yeah, and qualifying
starts
in 2 hours from now.
2 hours, guys. Yeah, you gonna stick with us 2 hours? We got plenty of trivia.
Alonso
they're actually
has,
showing us. You'll see this during the race, guys, or qualifying. That they're showing us power units used, and a lot of teams at the moment are using 3 out of 4 power units, energy units, and all that jazz that they have to replace. That's interesting because we're 8 into a 22 race season, and they're already up to almost the limit of the units that they can replace and use, which means you're going to start seeing in a couple of races drivers like Leclerc, Verstappen, Perez, Carlos starting at the back due to penalties. That's going to be really interesting. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. Of course, you want to be cost cutting, but yeah, do you really want to see, Charles Leclerc starting last because he has to change the unit? Doesn't mean he's slow. It just means that they elected to change the unit. It's also very tactical. It's almost like we're playing the Formula One manager game, aren't we? Which is coming out soon, I believe. So managing your energy units, who knows? Alonso's out on track as well. I'm going to keep an eye on his times because Alonso was pretty quick during the practice session.
He also has a lot of clear in front of him, while Stroll seems to have been gotten off at turn 2. There's no yellow flag, though. No, it was just some mistake in the GPS system.
Yeah, apologies to that, guys. We got the old hot tub bots that have spammed the session. You guys are all aware. Do not click anything like that. You can't click anyway. Just don't even go anywhere near that. It's just bots. We're not that stupid. If you're following Formula One, you guys are all clever and you're all smart. It's all been deleted anyway. Russell's complaining on something on the radio, so I'll be curious to see what he's saying. He's saying something about not stability of his car at the moment. Now, George Russell, once again, is P5. Once again, outclassing his teammate Lewis Hamilton, still coming to grasp with the new 2022 regulations. But Russell's been really the best of the rest, hasn't he, outside that Ferrari
Russell
and Red Bull?
Is really shining in that Mercedes.
What do you guys think? Do you think Russell's going to get himself into the top 10 shootout later on, a couple hours?
Yeah, absolutely. I can see Russell in Q3.
Any surprises you think of qualifying? Because the Haas is looking pretty good. We got Magnussen and Michael. Mick Schumacher. I keep calling him Michael Schumacher. It's his son. Consistently in the top 10 during practice sessions, which is good. Also, I have to say that, you'd have to call out Alonso's been doing a pretty good job at the moment. He hasn't put a good lap in. I think we might get a replay of Fernando Alonso at the moment on the screen. And if something's flicked off the back of his car, that will be interesting. Not quite sure what that was.
Some,
you know what it was?
Some underbody work.
And Haas Haas might have run over it. So that's down the main straight. So there's something that a marshal has to run at and grab and take as a souvenir at home. George Russell, did he tank slap the wall? No, just sliding. He's complaining at the moment, apparently, on the radio to his engineers, saying something a little bit wrong with the rear end of the car. Then again, he's in P5, so it can't be that bad. Anyway, 14 minutes and change to go qualifying session. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Remember, the qualifying session will be... But this is going to be... You definitely don't want to go anywhere because in about 5 to 6 minutes, this is when they're going to go light fuel, some fresh boots, and really put in last-minute
qualifying sims in again.
Qualifying. Yeah, exactly. You're right. You called it.
Do you think we will see the drivers cracking the 142s here?
Oh, that is interesting. That's one for the chat, mate. Because these guys in the chat, you guys out there, you do your homework. So I'd probably put it up to them more than me. I'm like a David Croft. I don't really know. Yeah, just call it Leclerc purple first sector. Yeah, he is. Leclerc's out. He's gone through the castle. He's not stupid. I really don't like using that word. Apologies. I mean, Charles used that word, so I'm just quoting what he said. But he's out there. He's flying. This could be one of the first indications of a qualifying lap there. So maybe Ferrari's, because the track is pretty clear, as you can see on the track map. Look at that. Not a lot of traffic. He had traffic right there. Got past the Haas. That might have cost him a little bit. But he got a purple. 3/10 already for Charles.
Yeah, now many sectors show that this hasn't cost him anything, but he is going slow on the straight. So... I don't see a big improvement there. Maybe some.
Maybe 43.4. 43 maybe. Flat? 43 flat? 43.1? 43.4.
43.2.
Yeah, 43.2 is, that's it.
Yeah, but he has lost a lot of time in that third sector there.
It might have been that traffic. It doesn't seem like a lot, but you're flying around corners at 300k an hour.
Yeah, we have a yellow flag, sector 1.
We don't know who yet. When I check that out for you guys, did anybody see anything
track map? I can see Magnussen standing still there, and Bottas turn 3.
Well, why yellow? So exactly, we're trying to figure that out for ourselves. Remember, there's runoff areas in turn 1. There's runoff areas into turn 4.
Yeah, no, it is yellow sector is towards turn 3, where Bottas is standing.
Is that just gone to... Oh, he's off. He's across the track. No damage to the car, but he's had a spin. He's blocking the racing line. They may very well even...
He's in the runoff. All good.
He's not moving.
Area there.
Oh, he's going to move. Oh, sorry. Yeah, my apologies. I did it again, didn't I? He's in the runoff area. Oh, jeez. I don't usually cast a real F1. He's got... By the way, guys, he has to do that like 20-point turn. You know, when you go beep, 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 and you have to pull it forward, pull it back, because the steering angle is not designed for turning around. This has been a problem, hasn't it? During all the practice sessions, that the cars can't turn around very easily.
Yeah.
And you
can do that right now.
Oh, what happened? It's green flag again, so yep, he's back on track. He's okay. No damage. I see the car, right? No damage.
Burnout spin, basically, that burnout 180. But your engineers do not want you to do that, as it is putting huge amounts of stress.
Was this turn 4? It just completely went straight. Yeah, I think that's clever.
Was turn 3.
Turn 3. Because what happened, guys, in the F2, and we were debating about that one a little bit earlier in the F2 sprint race, is that the driver locked up and tried to turn into the corner, and unfortunately visited the barrier. Now we're kind of debating to say, well, if you didn't lock up and you went straight on, you could have turned around and come back out and wouldn't have damage. It's easier said than done, isn't it, when you're not driving a car? But I wonder if those guys that obviously were watching the F2 race as well, or were aware of it, were saying, guys, their engineers are saying, if you lock up a little bit, you can't make the turn, just go straight.
Yeah, from my track experience, I can tell you that if you're basically there, you know it doesn't work. You know you're gonna get off at that corner, but you see the position and you know it's towards the end of the race. I'm gonna lose all the places. I'm gonna be out of the points. So you're basically just trying it anyways, hoping for a miracle, basically, as it
You're right.
is.
Yeah.
You're gonna be out of the points either way, but if you try to make that turn and crash your car,
Yeah,
there
if
is
you're out, what's the
you
point, right? You'd rather
you
lose a
won't have
couple of
points.
places than lose
But
DNF.
if you go
Maxi
off,
is out.
yeah,
Verstappen time. This could be it. We're getting the 9 minutes and change. We'll get an idea. He's actually looking like he's putting the pedal to the metal, my friend. He's hitting the loud pedal and that car's screaming. But he's 1 tenth down to the first sector.
yeah, it looks like
That'll be
they are trying a setup that is more designed for straight line speed.
Perez is quicker behind him. That's this is a little interwar battle, I think, between both of the Red Bulls. This is probably early indications of what pace you may very well get during the qualifying session.
Yeah,
And
but
Max
Verstappen
looks like
is
he's
looking
pushing.
very quick on the straights there, while yeah, Perez looks faster in the corners.
I am talking over my co-caster. I apologize about that. Go ahead, mate. I'm getting excited. That's all.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, so basically, Verstappen looks faster on the straights, while Perez seems to have the edge in the corners. So I guess they sent them out with different setups, looking who's making the better time. As Perez is 500 back off Leclerc's pace at the moment. And yeah, no, Verstappen 2 tenths back, stay in his place where he was. Perez coming in there. Perez goes fastest overall.
Bang! Yeah.
But he lost a lot of time again back on the straight. So yeah, this is the really tricky thing with this Baku street circuit. Do you go for the straight line speed or do you go for the cornering speed? Where do you get how much time? How good can you defend things? Like, you know, how good can you defend on a straight? Do you want to go for the corners? Or do you want to go for the straights as no one can overtake you in the corners? And it's a huge balancing act, basically, as yeah, we've just seen Perez basically throwing away a lot of time in Sector 3, which is basically just the straight, and still go fastest overall.
You're right. That's probably one for the Twitch chat. We'll probably close that poll soon for predictions because that would be another great prediction. So do you sacrifice a little bit of downforce more for some straight line speed? Because remember, your major overtaking will be into turn 1, the DRS activation. So I don't know if, I mean, I'm not paid hundreds of thousands of dollars that these engineers are. Carlos Sainz will be improving on his personal time, but well, he could. Sometimes you could surprise this one, get a purple in P3 in Sector 3, and then top of the timesheets. We'll see.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, it will be a gamble, as basically I do not see. I don't even see Verstappen defending against, let's say, Alonso, for example, on the straight, as Verstappen's maximum speed, as far as I've seen, was about 329 kilometers per hour, while sorry,
Who was the quickest, by the
really
way?
getting sick.
Apologies.
Alonso was seen with a 339, so that's
Wow.
10 kilometers per hour faster than Verstappen. And if he gets there with a DRS, you know, I don't see you defend on the other side. Will he get close enough if he just loses like 2 seconds throughout the whole corner part of the track?
I can hear you. Yeah, get some hydration, my friend. It's very important. I got
Yeah,
just
I am
from
hydrating next by I'm really just getting sick. I'm very
we got
sorry for
qualifying
that.
coming up, mate. So you save that a little bit. I got a race message as it just looked like Charles Leclerc went straight forward, which is great once again into the escape area, not hitting the barrier. This is a very crucial race message that I just heard there from the Mercedes team. That Lewis Hamilton was complaining a little bit about being down on power. Did you guys turn the engine down in power? This is kind of a quote, end quote, you said. And the team said, yes, we're trying to save the engine. Wow.
Yeah.
Free practice. Are they once again, one of those teams on the cusp of replacing the engine for perhaps the next race or the race after. That is very interesting. I'll tell you another interesting thing, guys, that caught us probably all off guard. Daniel Ricciardo, P5, and Lando Norris. Sorry, Lando Norris, P5, Daniel Ricciardo. So the McLaren team have kind of kicked it up a gear here for the free practice session. And
Also,
stats up there, sacrifice more down speed? Or, yeah,
that's
the pole's up, mate. You're an engineer?
Yeah, I have already gotten my voice out there.
You have fantastic. I remember you did the free practice 1 and 2 yesterday as well. Alonso's out. I'm curious to see Alonso pulling in the Alonso moment. He's been absolutely quick all weekend so far. And that's the experiences of the Spaniard, multiple world champion. He wants to prove that he can mix it with the big boys.
In the poll, we see a lot of people sacrificing downforce trying to get more speed. So basically the Alonso way. While the top 3 times we're seeing now have all been made with a sacrifice of speed for more downforce.
But you got to overtake, isn't it? That's the thing. To me, I would be kind of like, well, if you'll overtake people if you got more speed down the main straight with the DRS, if you're in DRS, because there's not many overtaking other opportunities you can do. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, 4. That's pretty much it. You'll be lucky if you get an overtake anywhere else on this track. We'll see. Alonso's on a flyer. Improving personally.
Hamilton sort of tried, as it looks like, but only made P11.
Alonso fastest sector 3 called out there from the racing statistics man himself. Statistics. He's going to be up a bit.
Alonso has been absolutely unbeatable in sector 3. The only one coming close sometimes was his teammate Ocon. But
it wasn't the P5-ish or P6 that he was doing for the first practice session. So I'm pretty sure Alonso's not going to be too happy with that just yet. They want to get in the top 10 shootout, obviously, for the Alpine team. Bit of kerfuffling going on track right now. A lot of traffic because they've all coming out. This is the dying stages of
2 minutes to go.
Light and qualifying runs. Max have a DRS issue again? Really? I didn't hear that one. Maybe. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic on track. They have to space themselves out. You can see that right there. Alonso, Ricciardo on the track map all through the castle section. They got to space themselves out.
Yeah.
1 minute and change to go. So Alonso will start a flying lap. And it looks like Max may have just lifted off a little bit, allowed either Daniel or Lando through. I couldn't quite see which McLaren it was. Verstappen on a fly, actually. Verstappen's actually on a hot lap. Fastest first sector.
Oof. No, that's going to be an abort. Yeah.
Oh, he's not going to be a happy camper
behind Alonso there.
I guarantee you right now, what Max is saying is this is in the. Yeah, he's going to lift. He could get another lap in. Look at that track map, guys. That's what they all are.
Yeah, Max got stuck behind Alonso there. While on the other hand, to be fair, Alonso had nowhere to go out of the way. So
yeah, but they can't be going to this speed right now. Down the main straight. Now they have to be absolutely flat out. Yep. So this is it. Oh, yeah. There's a little bit of replay of Max, obviously.
Yeah, no, he really he just had nowhere to go.
Yeah, but then again, there was so much cars up the road there. His engineers know that. I wouldn't really be complaining too much about that, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You wait till the last minute to try to get your fastest lap in. What do you expect? There's cars on track. I say that all the time when I do esports casting. Anyway, it is the dying stages of the free practice. This is the one we're going to maybe, you guys were kind of predicting out there.
We got the checkered flag now. We still got Paris on a flyer there. Late fly. Paris getting really close to Albon. Let's hope for him to get out of the way.
I honestly think right now that
Albon
nobody's going to
seems to
improve.
be on a fast lap himself.
They're not spaced enough. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Oh, then again, Perez has got our fastest first stacked up. He's got traffic up the road. This is going to be interesting. I don't think he can clear it. It's through the castle section as well. There could be big trouble here.
Yeah, Albon is fly lap as well, so he won't just let Perez
he's not going. He's going to lift to let Perez through, so Perez is going to be compromised. This is the tricky section of the track here. I know Perez can go faster through here, and he's definitely going to be compromised. Remember, it's a visual thing here. Throwing your braking point off, you're throwing your racing line off a little bit. Trying to put your fastest lap in. However, final couple of corners. Let's see. No, he's down a little bit in the middle sector.
But he gets a draft off Albon now.
No, he lifted. Sorry, he lifted. He had to be lift big time there. He can't overtake. Yep, that's it. Perez can't improve. But the time is there for qualifying. This is going to be an issue coming up for qualifying, guys, because traffic has been a bit of an issue towards the end of the free practice. That's Perez. I honestly think Perez could have probably topped that one. Easy peasy if he didn't have the
Gasly
traffic.
and Hamilton coming in, but both seem not very slow on their laps.
And if they're pointing a camera right now of some fans there holding up a Mexicano flag, then they know for a fact that Perez was. I honestly think Perez could have improved on his time. He's already at the top. However,
so we got Ocon and Tsunoda coming in, and that's it. Everybody is back into.
They're just showing a replay right now of the traffic up the road there from Perez, and it wasn't really traffic because it was a flying lap, I think, as you said.
Yeah, it was Albon himself on a fast lap. And
so he doesn't have to lift. He doesn't have to let him pass. There's no rules against that. He's on a flying lap as well. However, the biggest surprise, I'd have to say, my friend, isn't it? That look at the McLarens. And they've come to life, haven't they? P5, P6, Norris and Ricciardo. They did not have a very good free practice 1 and 2, and they've come back alive in free practice 3. That's going to mean indication, hopefully, of their qualifying performance. As they're just showing camera right now of Christian Horner getting upset about that. But Christian Horner, that's what happens, my friend, when you send your driver out there with a track full of cars.
Yeah, that's just what happens. I mean...
Yeah, you can't get upset, my friend. It's hard to overtake anywhere in Azerbaijan, and if there's cars ahead of you. Hey, he was on a qualifying lap, Christian. All right, Albon's trying to race as well, my friend. He's not going to just lift and let everybody pass. Yeah, it's just all for showmanship. Don't worry about it. We know that that Sergio Perez has some serious pace. They can do a couple of practice burnouts on the start line at the moment, and then it'll end the session for free practice.
Yeah.
Have you got the top times? Sorry, my apologies. The top speeds. I don't have that up at the moment. My Dingo ate my piece of paper that I had it on. You got the top speeds overall? Who has it?
Nope. Don't have them ready.
Oh. My Dingo ate your top speeds as well? Wow. All right.
Yeah, well, but in Baku, as it looks, top speeds aren't really important because we have seen the real runs, the really good times at the top were the ones with less top speed.
True.
Down the main straight.
But I'm sorry, mate. That's the reason why we can't throw that poll up. It's when you need to, practice. You're not overtaking people. You're not racing. You're racing yourself against the clock. It's the overtakes. Turn 1, the straight line speed. You get that mighty DRS toe. That might very much come into play. That is something that I
the thing is, if you can't keep up with the cars through sectors 1 and 2, you won't get a DRS down the main straight, down sector 3. So
you're right. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Practice session's done and dusted. Sergio Perez on the top of the timesheets with a 1:43.1, quickest time we've seen all weekend so far, no doubt in qualifying. A 1:43.2 there for Charles Leclerc. Verstappen, the other Red Bull, 1:43.4. and Carlos Sainz a 143.5. And when you go into the 44s there for the McLaren's duo of Norris and Ricciardo, Gasly getting up there 144.4, and that's something Daniel Ricciardo might have to look over his shoulder with the rumors of perhaps him being replaced by Gasly. George Russell, the first of the McLaren, 144.5. They're all pretty spicy, the 144s.
Yeah, Russell is the
the
first of the Mercedes there.
Yes, and Lewis Hamilton all the way down in P12 there, 144.8. So that means that obviously practice again, guys. It's not the qualifying, but 0.3 George Russell quicker. He has been all weekend. Ocon once again had the fastest top speed during the first practice session and second practice session. He did actually top Alonso, and it's good to see Vettel P10 144.6. But once again, we don't know anything about their setups or whatever, because what I guarantee you we'll find out is qualifying will be coming up in just over an hour and a half. And that is when you're going to really find out when are they sandbagging or not.
Yeah, because basically free practice, there is nothing to be gained except for bragging rights. So yeah, I'm gonna go now, try to get my voice ready.
You are losing your voice, man. I need your voice because it's a beautiful voice and we need you back. So we'll end it, guys. Please don't go anywhere. Keep it on the same channel. Hit the like button if you did like it. Don't forget, qualifying will be coming up a little bit later. And we're going to have a surprise guest for you as well, too, a celebrity guest to do some casting. Help your voice as well, too, mate. You've been doing such a great job.
Yeah.
So, once again.
And also,
yep, go ahead.
Yeah, do me a favor, between or after qualifying then, go out when you're out somewhere, just do one random act of kindness for any stranger you can find, just so to make the world a little bit of a better place.
Absolutely. I love it.
Yeah.
I did that the other day. Actually, there was a car that was kind of pulled off on the side. Well, it wasn't pulled; it was broken down. I got out of the car and pulled and helped push the car off and pushed it to the side lane. That's what I did the other day. Little things like that. I love it. Oh, you are such an awesome bloke. I love it. Hope you guys out there can repeat it. Anyway, rest your voice, mate. Let's
I'm gonna go take care of my voice, hydrate a lot, and yeah, well, we will be back in for qualifying in about 90 minutes.